Yield to the gentlelady from the great state of Texas, Miss Sheila Jackson Lee, for 5 minutes.
Well, first of all, let me thank the director for years of service to this nation. We don't often get a chance to speak positively to a person that is young, but has a long history of service. We thank you for having that kind of record and being expert enough to have been on this side, the legislative side, and knowing the difficulty we have of trying to put a budget together or assessing the executive's budget, because the whole question is about revenue, and to be able to ensure that we have enough revenue coming in. So first, I want to make a point. I like gospel music, and in the aftermath of the George Floyd horrific killing, a young black boy either sang or wrote a song that said, "I just want to live." It was a passionate, emotional song. I commend any of you to pull it up on YouTube or however. And it is a theme that I want to use, that we are not trying to create an atmosphere where American families, no matter where they started in life, are just surviving, just barely making it. What we're looking for is the capacity to say that you are thriving. So my first question is, give me a sense, not very long because my time is short, of our revenue source to be able to match the president's vision and budget that makes us feel comfortable that we could go forward.
Well, one, this budget would pay for all the president's new investments to help families thrive, as you say, to have childcare, to have paid leave, to have universal pre-K in this country, and also would achieve $3.2 trillion in deficit reduction because he does ask the wealthiest in this country to pay more. So, in some of our proposals, Congresswoman, not even back to levels before the 2017 tax law. So we're providing a path here to show people we can invest in the American people and also achieve deficit reduction.
So what you would be doing is that American families would be thriving as opposed to just surviving. That would be the goal of a president's budget.
I would hope that's all our goals as we sit in these seats, and we are put forth proposals we think meet the bill to allow middle class and working families to thrive.
One of the numbers I have is corporations paying their fair share. And every time we use that terminology, it's like we're attacking corporate America. And this is one country that corporations flock to be able to come and build their growth. And I have a number that says if big corporations pay their fair share, and the numbers may vary, we'd get in an extra $2.2 trillion. And again, that may be a number that can move. The budget includes an important proposal for so-called billionaires' minimum income tax, which would not be painful, but would require the top 1% of households or those worth over $100 million to pay a minimum tax of 25%. So let me pose the question of how extensive will our commitment be to protecting Medicare and Medicaid, two different lines of payment. Not payment, but two different lines of treatment, if you will, Medicare versus Medicaid. But how would we strengthen both of these in the president's budget?
Medicare, the proposal would sustain Medicare and improve insolvency indefinitely. Again, the wealthiest, top 1%, would go from paying 3.8% to 5%, a 1.2% difference. And that would take the Medicare trust fund into solvency indefinitely. That's not the president's numbers. Those are the CMS actuarialists, the professionals, the career team that look at that. And so we believe that expanded health care, Medicaid, and the Affordable Care Act is good for this country and good for the people of the country. And we have a budget that would expand upon that.
Part of thriving is good health care, which has really been an Achilles heel for our people for a long time. With this few seconds that I have, let me just collectively get you to give a collective answer. We want better housing. We want childcare. That has been one of my issues. And housing, affordable housing, made a commitment. Give me that as you close your remarks, and I have no more time. On the housing, ability, and childcare.
Programs, housing, childcare, healthcare, energy costs, all those things that middle-class and working families need help with in this country, this budget would do it and pay for it.
Right. I think that is clearly, Mr. Chairman, a budget that has the word thriving versus surviving, and I'm standing with the president's budget, and we will find a way to move forward on moving America and America's families forward. Lastly, I will just say, moving people out of poverty. I want people who are poor to know that we are concerned about their status of poverty. I thank you very much, and I yield back.